Attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. I'd like to welcome everyone to our Dynamics eShop, a fully integrated all-in-one e-commerce solution for Dynamics NAV webinar. My name is Michael Introvertolo, and I'm the Accounts and Marketing Manager over here at Solution Systems. If you take a quick look at the bottom of the screen, you can see our Twitter handle, which is @solution_system. Feel free to follow us and even send us any questions you may have through Twitter. If you'd like to tweet about this webinar, please use the hashtag eShopSolution so that way everyone can follow the tweets. And today we are very fortunate to have Naveen Reddy with us from Dynamics eShop. He's going to be conducting this overview, and I will pass this on over to him right now so we can get started.
Great. Mike, did you make the presenter?
Perfect. I can see your screen.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mike. And I'm fortunate to be here to present this solution to all the viewers and the customers who joined today. So my primary focus today is to just go through the e-commerce solution that is specifically built for NAV. In the beginning, I'll just walk through few slides to just give you an overview of what eShop is and how it works, what all is included. And then I will run through few scenarios of different transactions and show how the integration points work with NAV. So quickly, what eShop is. eShop is a fully integrated e-commerce solution. It's not just a connector, but it's a full web store that has real-time integration to your NAV system. So when we implement eShop, you'll get the full front end and integration to NAV. So the key differentiator that we wanted to highlight is eShop utilizes the standard NAV web services to communicate with NAV. So that makes it unique in a way that all the business logic is available for the website. So if you have customer pricing, the contract prices, discounts, promotions, inventory, all those are already set in NAV. Those are readily available on the website. So we don't need to do like any sync or batch processing. So if the NAV is set up properly with all the prices, inventory, then boom, eShop picks up all those without need to maintain in a separate database. So that makes it easy for the customer to manage the website or maintain the website. Traditionally, like you had to have like separate database, then you need to build all the price logic that you already have in NAV on the website also, but in our case we don't need because we are directly pulling the data from NAV. And particularly I wanted to emphasize the modules that we offer and the B2B model that's primarily for your existing customers like your wholesale distributors or anybody who already has account with you guys and they just wanted to log in online, check their catalog, place orders, or track the status of the order balances and view their order history or run any NAV reports. The B2B model allows you, so you can assign a login to your customer and they can basically log into the website. In the B2C module, this is primarily if you wanted to open your website to consumers like retail customers who are not already in NAV. anybody can go to your website, browse through, or they can register and place orders, and again that will readily available in NAV, the customer account and the sales orders that they placed. Sales portal, this is primarily for your external or internal salespeople who necessarily not have account access to the NAV system. They can just go to the eShop, and when they log in, they can see their own accounts. They can manage their account. They can see their accounts history or place orders in behalf of the customer. And this is perfect if the salesperson is at a trade show, or even he's at a customer site and he can place orders in behalf of the customer. And this is all available online, so he doesn't need to connect to any internal servers. And we also offer the vendor and supplier portal. This is primarily for your vendors who wanted to access their catalog or their purchase orders, invoices, or any NAV reports. So basically, this will allow your vendors to access to their POs. If they need to update or make notes on their POs, they can do that. And we can also give them access to any inventory reports that you wanted to give, or any production or purchasing production reports you wanted to give access to. And again, finally, the mobile commerce. These days, I think without mobile, there is really no site. So our site is fully responsive. So it doesn't matter which module you pick, it's a responsive site. So if you log in from iPhone, iPad, or any other devices, based on the screen size, the site will automatically adapt to that screen. So it will just adjust so that it becomes a mobile template. And we are, for any e-commerce solution, these are the key components that are needed, and we offer this out of the box. So especially when it comes to the payment processing, we have integration, direct integration to Authorize.net, PayPal, and other gateways. And if you have Charge Logic or any other payment processor in NAV, we have already integrations to Charge Logic, Simcrest, and standard NAV credit card system. And the payment processing, we also support terms customers. So especially in the B2B module, if the customer is on terms, they can pay using a purchase order number or a check, so they can pick those options during the checkout process. And when it comes to shipping, we do have integrations to FedEx, USPS, UPS, and other major carriers. But if you have something already built into NAV, like your custom rate tables or eShip that is providing you the rates, we can pull those rates during the checkout, and the shipping rates can be pulled from NAV or directly from major carriers. And we also provide custom rate tables on the eShop admin side, where you can set up based on the total dollar amount or based on the total volume at the different rates. And when it comes to catalog and price management, as I mentioned earlier, everything begins in NAV. So you create all your categories, your products, prices, everything is set up in NAV. But when it comes to the pictures, like the long description, like if formatted descriptions, and technical specification documents, videos, or any other downloads, all those are maintained in our content management system. So eShop also offers a full-fledged content management system where as a user you can do all kinds of changes or additions to your products look and feel or the website look and feel itself. So it's not a static website, but it's driven by a content management system. So you have full control on how to show your product descriptions, what to give on a product details page. So all those are managed on the in the eShop content management system. So one thing I want to mention here, as you know, NAV is really not a e-commerce, is built for e-commerce or built for content management system. So we leverage NAV, especially where you have the business logic where the ERP functionality is needed. But when it comes to e-commerce functionality, like the look and feel, images, all those are done outside of NAV so that we are not customizing in your system. So we modified only 7 objects in NAV. So that makes it very light footprint on your NAV when it comes to installation or importing objects. And it makes really easy to upgrade to newer version. Like whenever Microsoft releases a new version, like literally takes few hours for us to put it onto a new version. So we are already available on 2016, and that makes it unique that we didn't customize NAV. And when it comes to the taxes, again, like if you are using taxes in NAV setup tables, those are automatically pulled onto the website during the checkout process. So we use standard NAV tax tables, but if you are using Avalara subscription module where you don't store tax tables, we still pull it from the Avalara. So we have full integration to the Avalara Avatax module as well as the address verification module. And finally, the online order management. So one of the unique things or one of the biggest advantage with the eShop, it doesn't matter where the order is created. So let's say, especially in the B2B world, you might get orders from EDI, from fax, from phone orders, or manually somebody entering, and some coming from the website. So from the website perspective, if the customer logs in, he can see all the orders, doesn't matter where the order is created or how it's created. So because we are pulling directly from your NAV sales order table, so if there is an order in NAV for that customer, it will show onto the customer. And if you're making any changes to the order, that will immediately reflect to the customers. Like if you're putting tracking numbers or you're changing quantities or you're shipping partial shipments, all those data is visible to the customers right away whenever you do anything in NAV. And we not just show the orders, we show invoices, credit memos, payments, and any NAV report. So one of the biggest thing that I'll be showing is if you have a report in NAV, we can surface it to the website. So let's say if that customer has service orders or job orders or anything in NAV can be given to the customer. So that makes it easy for us to build custom portals. So we have customers where they wanted to use this eShop for servicing. So we can just add service orders or service tickets into the reports and they can access that. Same thing if they wanted to check their job status, we can just add the job reports to their account and they can access those job reports without any customizing. We are just giving what NAV already has, like all the NAV reports. And when it comes to the email, so the email functionality is built into the system. Whenever a customer places an order, that will immediately sends out a email order confirmation to customer as well as the store owner. And when the order is shipped from NAV, at that time the shipment is sent to customer with the tracking information. Again, we can add different triggers. If you wanted to send more emails, we have that engine to send emails at different stages of the order. And quickly, again, like as I said earlier, we are just using our standard NAV web services client up here to integrate with NAV. Okay, so at this point, I just wanted to jump into the actual product, and I wanted to run through few scenarios. Like I wanted to run through a B2B scenario and a B2C scenario and a sales portal scenario, and show you how the data is interacted with NAV, especially like your pricing, your inventory levels, all those things. Okay, so let me jump into, okay. So for this demo, I'm just using a generic theme. So the look and feel of the website is completely configurable, and we offer like different templates that customer can choose from, and we can pick that template and build their website on top of that. Again, like if you have your own customer branding or custom branding look and feel that you wanted to incorporate, then we can take your markups, or if you have any sketches, then we can incorporate that into the website. So the look and feel and the homepage, all these are configurable from the backend as well as using the CSS files if there is any changes needed. So quickly, I wanted to highlight on this particular template the way the categories are laid out or manufactured. So on this one, I can quickly see when I go into my products, I can see all the categories, and within that categories, I can have like subcategories. So eShop supports multiple levels of categories, and you can build your own tree hierarchy within NAV, and that will display on the website. And we also support brands or manufacturers. So this is tied to your NAV manufacturer. So if you wanted to show it by brands and stuff. And other links, all these links are configurable, but if you wanted to put more links, we can change those links. And again, like the categories drop down, if you want a different look, we can change this to just more like a drop down without images and stuff. All these are manageable from the back end. And the banners, these are also managed from the back end, so you can set up your own banners, or you can schedule it if you have a sale banner going on. So you have full flexibility of setting up any number of banners on anywhere in the site, like home screen or category screen or product screen itself. So all those are available. And the featured categories, all these are driven from the back end. You can say like which one you wanted to highlight on the home page. Those can be shown on the home page. Same thing with the featured categories. You can display those on the home page. Like you can have custom promotions going on. You can set up those from the back end. So all this home page that I'm having different sections here are configurable from the back end. And the footer is also configurable. So all these sections is driven from how you set up in the back end. So quickly, right now I'm not logged in as a customer, but if I go into any of the categories, let me quickly go into like a sale items category, and I wanted to show you on any list page that you're looking at here. I also have like filtering capability on the left side. So if I wanted to filter on different specifications, again, I wanted to see all the items that have a band color of brown, I can filter that and see only those. So it's pretty standard these days. We support filtering based on the attributes of the product or based on the variants of the product. So if you have like size and color, they can filter on those also. But quickly, while I'm on this particular item, on this particular watch item, I wanted to spend some time showing the key elements like your inventory and pricing, how this works with NAV, how these are pulled. So I'll take this particular item 70081, jump into my NAV, and here is my NAV 70081. So first thing, the inventory. So inventory that we show on the website is not just quantity on hand, but the actual availability at that point. And we use standard NAV availability code units to pull that and show that on the website. So let's say if somebody else is placing an order, then immediately once you refresh, this will show the updated availability. So it real time tracks those availability based on NAV, of what NAV is saying. And when it comes to if you have different locations and stuff, again, we have control on what locations to pick and show on the website, or if you wanted to show multiple locations on the website, we can show those multiple locations quantities also. And when it comes to the pricing, so right now I'm a B2C customer, I'm not logged in, so this is what NAV is saying, or the retail price. So let me jump into that particular item. So my standard list price is $295, but if I go and look at my sales prices, so here is my sales prices. So for all customers, it's saying 280, right? And so on the website, it's saying 280 for all customers. So let's say if I wanted to change that to, let's say, 277. And when I go back onto the website and I just refresh that, and immediately it picks up that NAV price that we updated. So at this point, basically, it's looking at your NAV to tell what is the right price for all customers. So it's using standard NAV sales price logic core units to pull that prices. So if you have any customization to your price logic, it will honor that customization also. So we don't need to do anything different, because if you already have that in NAV, then we'll just pick up. So that makes us very easy with the customizations also, so that we don't worry much if you customized your system. We just pick up, we don't need to do that customization again in the website. And so right now, I'm a B2C customer, right? Let's say if I logged in as a B2B customer, I wanted to quickly log in as this particular user, and this user is a B2B user. And let me go to that particular item, and you'll see the price is different once I logged in. So basically based on the customer specific price. So right now I logged in as the customer 10,000, so that email is tied to this 10,000 customer. So that's why it's showing me that 225 for the prices. So we basically covered all the price scenarios, like your customer specific price or customer group price or campaign price or all customer price. Whatever prices you set up, those will be available to the website. And we also covered the min quantities or unit of measure prices and variant prices. So anything that you set up in NAV is basically honored on the website. And also the line discount. So if you have different line discounts set up for customer for that particular item, those will also be honored during the checkout page. I'll show that how the line discounts work on the screen. But So at this point, I'm logged in as this particular user, and here is my unit price based on my login. So quickly, we store all the eShop users. So let me go to, there is a new table that will be added to your database when we install eShop. And this is where you can create your logins. So I can have multiple logins created for the same customer. So this is very beneficial if you have your customer who has like a lot of salespeople that will be placing orders, then you can create different unique login for each user but are tied to the same customer. So in my scenario, I have this Navina Dynamics eShop tied to 10,000 customer. So whenever I log in on the website, it will automatically pull everything based on that customer. So whatever prices you have, whatever discounts you have, whatever default location inventory you have, all those will be applied after the login. And again, like we support all the zoom capability and multiple images, all those standard stuff. These are again can be driven from the back end. And one other thing what I wanted to mention is like when it comes to this long descriptions, videos, all this stuff that I have here in different tabs, right? So like PDF downloads, specifications or attributes of this product or reviews, all these are basically driven from the eShop content management system. So quickly, I wanted to jump into the content management system. So from the back end, I can access this, and again, like you can access this directly from NAV also, but I just wanted to quickly show where you can manage those things. So here is my item from the back end. You have full control on what to basically show for this item. So here is just like a Word template. So as a user, you can just say updated now or something. And if you wanted to insert images or video links or anything on that product description, or you wanted to format it differently, change colors or something like that, you can do all that stuff right here from the back end. And we support full SEO. So like you can set up the search engine optimization, keywords and stuff for Google to find. Pictures, you can set up different pictures for that particular item, and category mapping. So like you can have the same item listed in multiple categories and also list against a manufacturer, and you can specify all those specifications. So once I add this specification, this will also allow us to do filtering. Earlier I was showing like band color, I can filter it, all those are driven from here. So there are multiple places you can see those. But a couple of other things I wanted to highlight. Related products. So on a product, if you wanted to show related products at the bottom, so here I can see my related products, and this is automatically driven customer who bought it. So system is suggesting to the user. All those are driven from the backend. Cross-sell items, again, like these items will show during the checkout, especially for upsell and stuff. But anyway, when I save this, I made a change to the description, right? Like updated now. So if I refresh this one, I'll immediately see those that change I see. So as a user, you don't need to go to the programmer to make any kind of these changes. So you can self manage your site. And again, the tabs also, you can set up multiple tabs. All those are driven from here. So there is a tab section for that. So if you want your own custom tabs and put different description there, you can do that in the tab section. And when it comes to the checkout, let me add this item to my cart. And few things on this cart. So we are using the prices and we are also showing the discounts. So the line discounts, all those are driven from the NAV. And when it comes to invoice discounts, these discounts are also coming from NAV. So we not just covered the prices, but we also covered all the discounts, invoice discounts that NAV offers. On top of that, we covered coupon codes. So like if you wanted to set up buy one, get one free or buy one, get one 20% off, all those coupons are available in NAV now. So we added a separate layer to set up the coupons. As you know, standard NAV doesn't offer that. So we added a different layer for managing all your coupons as well as gift cards. So when it comes to the gift cards, we set the customer can buy gift cards or they can check out the owner can give a gift card to the user, and during the checkout they can use that, and we track all those balances. And the rate shop, again, like this is mainly based on what shipping providers that you set up, like in the back end, pickup, UPS, whatever you have in the back end, those will be used to check out. And I'll run through the shipment process and you'll see. So again, one thing I wanted to mention, the shipping address is straight coming from your ship to address table. So let's say if the customer wants to add a new address, they can add a new address and that will go straight into your ship to address table. So at the end of the day, all the addresses are maintained in NAV and only in shipment address table. So if somebody is changing any shipping address table, it will immediately show up on the website. So there will be no mismatch on the addresses if customer is updating or the user is updating. And same thing with the bill too. And the shipment methods. So these shipment methods are coming from the backend. So you, whatever you set up, so if you have UPS, FedEx, those will only show during the checkout. So based on what you set up, that will show. And in this case, because it's a B2B customer, I have different options to check out with, right? I can do check, PayPal, or credit card, or PO. So for terms customer, we do give option to do PO. And when it comes to the B2C, you'll see a different screen. But at this point, before I confirm, actually in NAV, there is a sales quote already created. So let's say if customer doesn't complete this order and he leaves, then as a user, you can go in the NAV sales quote and see that there is a sales quote that was not confirmed. So you can call your customer and say, hey, what happened? Why you didn't complete it? And we also have a module where you can send out emails to the customer that, hey, something is still in your cart. Do you want it to complete? I think these days, a lot of the times when you don't complete an order, you get an email like within 3 hours or 4 hours, like, hey, something is waiting in your cart. So we do have those modules to send out emails. And once I confirm the order, at this time, it creates an order in NAV, and this order number is your standard NAV order number. So we don't have like separate web order and separate NAV order. So there is only one order number that is generated by NAV. So if I pick this order number, jump into my sales orders, my standard sales order screen in NAV, and I just wanted to filter this order number. Here is the order that we just created on the website, so it just shows up in your sales order, standard sales orders. And you can see that this is a web order, and you can see that there is a shipping charge that we associated on the website that creates a GL account number, and we also have a couple of other things like the web order number, all those information that we list. So let's say if I update anything on this particular order, like I wanted to add the tracking information 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I wanted to change the quantities or something immediately. And when I go to my website, you'll see all those changes immediately reflect on the website, like your quantities, your tracking information, whatever information that has been added will be immediately reflected on the website. So this screen is actually directly talking to NAV, so any changes you make will immediately reflect on the website. And when it comes to the My Account section, so the B2B customer has access to all the information from NAV. So this is my B2B customer, and I can see all the addresses, my balance information. Again, like this balance is coming straight from your NAV sales order, NAV customer balance screen. So if there is any transactions happening in NAV against this customer account, that will immediately reflect on the website. And customer can update his default address, or he can view all his shipping addresses. So whatever they have, they can add a new ship to address or update the existing ship to address. And transactions, this screen will give you access to all the ledger entries against that customer account, like all the invoices, credit memos, payments, anything that is on their account. They can look at it, and they can also, if they wanted to pay an invoice from the website, they can go into any open invoice, open transaction and pay that invoice from the website. Open orders, these will give all the orders that are in NAV, like whatever is in their sales header table will show. And here in this screen, we also showing the codes. So if there are any sales codes, we can show that also, and which are already converted to orders. Those are all the orders. And they can go into any of the closed orders, and these are basically the invoices. So as you know, in NAV, once you close the order, it becomes an invoice. So this is the invoice that is coming from sales invoice header table. So if there are, one good thing, like let's say if we implement eShop and you already have history against that customer, those transactions will also show right away when we implement eShop, because we are just looking at the sales header table filtered by that customer. We pull everything that are done like 5 years, 10 years back, even before we implemented eShop. So that's the good thing of eShop, is you don't need to sync the data of all these old transactions. And one thing I think earlier I mentioned during the vendor portal, again, like in this case, I have permission to access purchase orders, invoices. So, but if a vendor logs in, he can see only purchase orders or invoices. and this will basically show all the existing purchase orders against that account. And one thing I really like is the reports. And this is the piece that makes it unique, is if you wanted to build a custom portal and you wanted to give some information from NAV, you can just create a report, or you can just give access to the existing reports. Like in this case, like if I have any service orders, then I can just add that report in NAV. So there is a table in eShop reports. If you wanted to give access to any report to customer, you just add that into this table, and the website will just filter based on the login and runs the NAV report. Like let's say for this customer, he wants us to run his statement, and this will just shows the NAV statement report. And same thing, if you wanted to run his invoices from NAV, you can just run that, and you can print those in PDF, all the invoices. Service orders, so for especially like if this customer also does services, then I can run that, and it will just shows me all the open service orders against my account, so I can check on the order status of that service orders. And so the possibility is endless when it comes to these, based on the business you are in. If you have projects, then you can just put a project report, and the customer can log in, and then they can check the status of their projects. They can check the status of their customer balances or trial balances, anything that we give access to. And this is also a good one for the salespeople. So when I log in as a salesperson, I can run my own salesperson commission reports or inventory reports that are given access to that particular salesperson. And the manage users, so in the B2B scenario, if the customer wanted to add more logins, he can add their own new users, and they will have access to the website, and they can place orders and check the accounts. So you can give your customer, and they can add their own new user logins. Okay, so let me run through a B2C scenario where I don't have account in NAV. I'm a brand new customer just visiting the site, and I wanted to run through a transaction. Then I can see all my prices are different, but let me register. I wanted to do a registration. Let me quickly create a account with this website, and I wanted to just create a new. So what I'm doing is basically just creating a new account, or as a new user, I'm just registering. And when I register, actually it creates a user in NAV. So let me register, and I wanted to run through a checkout process. So let me pick the same item. Add to my cart. So pretty much most of the things are same. Few things you will see different when I'm checking out. So the shipping address, again, whatever we registered, it picked up that. And if that customer want to add a new ship to address, they can add that. Something with bill to. And I'll just pick my shipping. So here on the payment method, because now I'm a B2C customer, I have only few options. So I have to pay before I can check out, right? So especially in the B2C scenario, you cannot take a payment PO number or something. So I'll just pick a credit card. That's the credit card number. And let me check out. So now once I confirm, let's look what happened in NAV. So in this particular sales order, it not only created a so let me look at this particular sales order. So here, so it created a new sales order against this new customer account that it created when somebody has registered. So what happens in NAV is when somebody registers, it creates a customer account. So here is my customer card, and here is my customer, and it says it's a B2B customer. And I can also see that one other thing I wanted to show is if I go into my eShop users, you'll see at the end, there should be 1 second. I wanted to jump into last account. So it creates a eShop user in NAV. So here is the user that has been created. So the login is created, and that is tied to the new customer number that it created. So these are the things that happen when a B2C customer registers and places an order. And when it comes to the order, it looks the pretty much same as that. So the B2C customer also has access to same information, but he doesn't have access to balance. He doesn't have access to the transactions. Those are, again, like we can manage what information we wanted to show to B2B versus B2C. But the good thing is our solution is one solution. So you don't need a separate solution or site for B2B and separate for B2C and separate for sales portal. So the good thing, if you wanted to start with B2B, but later on you wanted to open it to public or to the B2C option, you can just, based on the licenses, you can just have that available. So we don't need to go through the whole installation. So now I want to quickly log out, and I want to log in as a salesperson. So now when I log in as a salesperson, you'll see that there is a drop down for me on the top. So these are my accounts. So as a salesperson, I can see only my accounts, and this is all driven from the eShop user table. So you can set up like different accounts. Like in this case, I have Peter that is associated to a salesperson. So the website knows that when the Peter logs in, we need to give him a drop down where he can see his accounts, or where he can search his accounts. He can look at all the accounts if he has multiple accounts, and he can search and select that particular customer that he wanted to place orders for. So now let's say right now I did not select any customer, but if I look at my prices at 277, right? So if I pick my customer based on the customer selection, now the website will pick up all the prices from NAV. So now it's basically these prices to that particular customer that we selected. So now the site is acting as if the customer is logged in, but in reality, the salesperson is basically selecting the customer. And same thing, if I go into my account section, now I can see my open orders against this particular customer, or if I wanted to see for a different customer, I can just filter that and see customer. So now the salesperson have full functionality to manage their accounts online or they can create new accounts and place orders in behalf of the customer. And one other thing, if especially if the salesperson or anybody is opening from the mobile device, let me shrink my screen size. So now I just shrink my screen size. So this is how it's gonna look on your mobile device. So now you can see my menus are basically converted so that it's more friendly to the mobile. So this is all responsive, so you don't need to do anything extra. So if you have any customization done to the website, then it will immediately available on the website on the mobile also. And let's say if I browse through, so now all my navigation is in one column, so I can easily look at that. But let's say if I change the size, then you'll see automatically my categories are adjusting based on the screen size. If I have more space, so now if you have a bigger tablet, then it will adjust with 3 columns. If it's a thin or a small tablet or small phone, it will adjust to that particular screen. So that's how it's built, basically based on the screen size. It will adjust to the device. So let me jump into my backend once, and I wanted to show from the backend the store owner. When he goes into the backend, he can look at his store statics, store dashboard, so some analytics on the orders, customers, and that. But a couple of other things like the categories that I was showing you earlier. So all those tree views, so you can manage that from the back end. If you wanted to add more categories, you can add it in an NAV, and that will show in the navigation here. And you can add pictures or descriptions against the categories. And you have manufacturers, products, attributes, like you can have like different checkout attributes, like if you wanted to capture like order notes or comments during the checkouts, you can add these fields, and when the customer checkout, he can put like gift message or order notes or shipping instructions, and that will show up in your NAV sales comments table. So there are a bunch of other things. And one other thing I wanted to show, there is a newsletter subscription. So when somebody subscribes to newsletter, you can mass email them, or you can create campaigns and stuff, and you can send out a promotional email to all your customers. And the content management system, so this is where you have like different plugins available, like Google Analytics. So we have full integration to the Google Analytics tools, where you can see all the web traffic, who is doing what, all those. And we have support to the live chat. So on the website, you can set up the chat message, and it will just connect to your chat with your whoever is logged in the office. So we support that, and we support different plugins, and there is a lot of plugins available out there. And we also support like static pages, so you can create your own static pages. Like if you have like some static pages that you wanted to create, you can just create a new page, add your own content into that, and that will create a brand new page for you. So literally you can create hundreds of web pages, especially like your marketing material or static customer service information, or any informational pages you wanted to create. You can create that, and you without programming knowledge, it's just like a Word template. You can create your own web pages. And message templates, so all the email messages that go out, you can control, like when somebody's order is placed, if you wanted to manage or change that notes, you can just add more content into that emails, and you can change that. And there are certain elements when it comes to like managing your look and feel or banners. All those are controlled from the back end. So you wanted to change some color, like let's say I wanted to put some weird color here. I wanted to change my look of the website to purple. Then all my site and navigational stuff now will be in that theme color. So these are all driven from the backend. So you can put different colors in the backend, and the look and feel will change. But when it comes to like banners or adding more information to the home pages, all those can also be controlled from the backend. If you wanted to add like a new banner or change the existing banners, you can go into the slider menu, and then you can add those banners, and you can schedule them. That's good. Like if you have some sale going on, if you wanted to show that particular banner from this date to this date, you can just put that banner for that date. And also you can show these banners in different areas. Like you can put some conditions to just show it to different customers only, or different products only, or different categories. So you can do different kind of priorities on the way to show those sliders and stuff. So, and menus and stuff. So earlier I was talking about like changing the different menu styles. So if you wanted to have a different drop-down view, like earlier I have my categories with pictures, but let's say I wanted to have only in the list my category drop-down. When I change this, I'll show you right now I have this view where I have my image and stuff, right? So once I have this changed, now it will show in a different view. So now it's more like a drop-down view instead of image view. So certain elements like the look and feel stuff, you can control that from the back end. So there are a lot of things I would love to show, but again, like I have 1 hour, so I'm close to the closing session. And again, I think Michael have my contact information, and obviously if there are any questions, or if you wanted to see more, or if you wanted to arrange a separate demo, we can definitely accommodate that. And that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation, and I hope you like the product, and I'm welcome to get some feedback on the webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Naveen. We definitely love the product. I mean, the ability to customize and configure, very simple, and on top of that, the real-time updating of the e-commerce site and its responsive design was magical. I guess it was great. It looked really well. So I mean, it works flawlessly. Very simple to use. Very very detail oriented. Very nice.
Yeah. So one thing I want to mention, like we basically covered all the elements that are available in NAV. And if you have something else, if you need to customize, we do offer the customization services to completely add something which is not related to NAV, which is just related to website. We do have specialization on that.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank Naveen and Dynamics eShop for presenting the webinar for us. If anybody has any questions, my contact info is on the screen. And if we can't answer it here at Solution Systems, we will reach out to Naveen and definitely get an answer for you. So once again, thanks a lot, Naveen. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks again for the opportunity. I'm looking forward for the feedback from your customers.
Definitely. Well, thanks a lot, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.